the Office of Controller of Examinations, Dr. Shubhra Bishwas, Finance Officer, Mr. Ashok Mukhopadhyay, OSD, and of course, Dr. Shushanto Banerjee, University Librarian and Seminar Director. We are happy that we have with us the Director of IQAC, Professor Mukut Chakraborty. Sir, please.
Now it's time to felicitate our honorable guests. For the felicitation of our honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajkumar Kothari, I would like to invite Ishita Purkait, Student, Department of Bengali, West Bengal State University, and Shayoni Shaha, Research Scholar, Department of Food and Nutrition, State University, to kindly come up on the stage and felicitate Sir. Sir is felicitated by the students of our university, Bengali Department and Department of Food and Nutrition. You are most welcome, sir, in this august occasion. Next, we would like to felicitate our honorable speaker for today, Dr. Devika P. Manali, Professor Devika P. Manali, Director InflipNet, Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and let us have an introduction to her biography, rich biography rather. Professor Devika Manali is the Director of InflipNet, UGC IUC, Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Prior to joining InflipNet, Dr. Manali has served as a professor of the Documentation Research and Training Center, Indian Statistical Institute, and as an adjunct faculty DISI, University of Toronto, Italy. Dr. Manali has extensive experience in teaching, research, and capacity building. Her interest areas lies in the area of OERs and educational resources repositories, open data repositories, and data management, knowledge organization, and application of facilitization in information systems, information infrastructures, digital libraries, semantic web technologies, faceted ontologies, agri-semantics, multilingual information services, and so on. Professor Manali has served as a member of the Karnataka Evaluation Authority, KEA in short, and is a member of the Karnataka State Higher Education Council. She has served as a member of the Technical Advisory Board of Research Data Alliance, RDA. She also serves as a co-chair of RDA interest groups on research evaluation, Global Research Commons, and RDA SDG group. She is a member of the governance board of DRYAD. She has served as an expert and consultant to UNESCO, UNFAO, OECD, Commonwealth of Learning, and European Commission, and has traveled to about 50 countries on professional assignments. She has been awarded Fulbright and Erasmus Mundus fellowships from Germany. Professor Manali is one of the advisory board of Universal Decimal Classification. She serves as the chair of Open Access India Working Group. She served on the advisory panel and scientific committees of several international conferences such as SWIB, ICADL, MTSR, SCI Datacon, LODLAM, and ICSD. She serves as a member of editorial panels of prestigious journals such as Knowledge Organization, DSJ, Library High Tech among several others, and has published widely. We are honored and privileged to have Madam over here, and definitely we will try to enrich ourselves from her rich and informative speech as well. Let me have the privilege to read out the certificate of appreciation that we are going to present her. Certificate of appreciation. We reckon this as our good fortune that we can give a standing ovation to Professor Devika Madali, Director INFLIPNET UGC IUC Gandhinagar. Prior to this august position, she has served as a professor of the Documentation Research and Training Center, Indian Statistical Institute, Bangalore, as well as an adjunct faculty, DISI, University of Toronto, Italy. She belongs to the luminaries among the teaching fraternity and sorority. The reading society and the academics itself is illuminated by her ethereal presence. We appreciate her from the core of our heart and our prayers of light and life of Professor Madali. Let us felicitate her. The students will be felicitating her.
Professor Rajkumar Kothari, Honorable Vice Chancellor, is felicitating Professor Devika P. Madali, Director INFLIPNET Center, Gandhinagar, assisted by Payal Mukherjee, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, and Tanya Datta, Department of Library and Information Science. Thank you, Madam. We are really honored. We have with us Generation Z speaker and distinguished academician, Dr. Nija Singh. Dr. Singh is the librarian of TS Central State Library, Chandigarh, India. She is gold medalist in Masters of Library and Information Science and PhD from Punjab University, Chandigarh. She is currently the standing committee member of International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, IFLA, Hague, Netherlands, and also the member of Development and Advisory Board of IFLA MetLive Learning Circle, a talent development program for library leaders. She is on panel as advisor with Read India for North India and Reading Mission. She has a number of awards to her credit, including State Award for Meritorious Service in 2021 by Chandigarh Administration on Independence Day. She was honored as one of the top 75 pioneer librarians of the nation on the occasion of 75th Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav in 2022. She was honored as Best Female Library Professional in India by ASLIP in 2023. She has also been honored on prestigious IFLA Wall of Fame in 2020, Best Public Librarian Award in 2019, and Zinda Dil Award for her service for underprivileged in 2018. Earlier, she also worked in British Library, Chandigarh. She was librarian at Sri Guru Gobind Singh College, Chandigarh, and director, American Corner of US Embassy at Central State Library, Chandigarh. She has been an innovator and mentor of INELI South Asia program for public librarians by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Dr. Singh is organizing a number of innovative programs in her library and outreach programs for different communities and all age groups. Apart from her innovative library services, she is serving the underprivileged reading and library sessions for children in slums, villages, orphanages, old age home, blind school, juvenile home, Nari Niketan, and government schools. She was the first to start children workshops in public libraries of Chandigarh. Donate School Books was her initiative during the pandemic situation to help the needy. She involved the community with her literary and library activities during Corona period, which were even internationally appreciated. Dr. Nija Singh has made several strides in the academia, having published and presented a number of research papers and edited volumes. She has attended various national and international conferences, seminars, workshops, and delivered invited lectures and talks, participated as member of panel for professional discussions, and acted as resource person for workshops. She has guided various bodies to set up library organization and management. She is a widely traveled person and visited public libraries in Chicago, San Francisco, New York, Seattle, Washington, Scotland, London, Singapore, Melbourne, Norway, Argentina, and of course in our country, India. She has many more accolades and achievements to her credit. The certificate of appreciation on behalf of the West Bengal State University, the Central Library team, the organizers, we fervently certify that Dr. Nija Singh, librarian, TS Central Library, Chandigarh, India, is an exceptional young woman librarian of worth, a gold medalist in Masters of Library and Information Science, and a doctoral from Punjab University, Chandigarh. Nija is doing wonder for the Generation Z in India. Currently, Nija is the standing committee member of the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions, IFLA, Hague, Netherlands, and also the member of Development and Advisory Body of IFLA MetLib Learning Circle, a talent development program for library leaders. She was honored as Best Female Library Professional in India by ASLIP in 2023. She is a participating star of the reading world, whose light shall never fade. We cherish our relationship with Dr. Nija Singh, life and light for her. Thank you, madam, for your gracious presence. On behalf of the organizers, our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raj Kumar Kothari, now felicitates Dr. Nija Singh and assisted by Payal Mukherjee, student, Department of Library and Information Science, and Tania Dotto, student, Department of Library and Information Science. Please give her a big hand.
Now we will be honored to felicitate Mr. Shoikat Ranjan Ghosh, University Engineer and in charge of the Office of Controller of Examinations, West Bengal State University. And he will be felicitated by Shreya Banerjee, Student, Department of Bengali, West Bengal State University, and Shuli Mistry, Student, Department of Library and Information Science. Shreya Banerjee and Shuli Mistry, please come up on the stage. Shubhangi Ghosh will be felicitating, sir. Let us have a big hand of applause to welcome our guests. We will be honored to felicitate Dr. Shubhra Bishwas, Finance Officer, West Bengal State University. A bouquet of flowers will be presented by Shudipta Ghosh, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, State University, and Madhumita Mondal, Student, Department of Library and Information Science. Thank you, madam, for coming over here despite your busy schedule. We will be further honored to felicitate Professor Mukut Chakraborty, Director, IQSC, West Bengal State University. Students Students of our university will be felicitating sir with a bouquet of flowers. Shayani Bagh, he is felicitated by Shayani Bagh, Student Department of Education, West Bengal State University. And last but not the least, we feel extremely honored to felicitate Dr. Shushanto Banerjee, the seminar director and the university librarian, Rimpa Haldar, student of Department of Library and Information Science, and Moshumi Dam, student of Department of Library and Information Science. We will felicitate sir. Let's have a big round of applause for sir for organizing this wonderful Pandey National Language Seminar. Thank you, sir. The seminar will be inaugurated in a bit unusual yet surprising way. It will be inaugurated by watering a plant. Delegates sitting on the dais are kindly requested to come a little forward and water the sapling. Thank you, everyone. Let us have a big round of applause. And now I would be honored to request to present and welcome address by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Rajkumar Kothari, West Bengal State University. Please, sir. The mic is yours.
A very good afternoon. At the very outset, on behalf of West Bengal State University, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the dignitaries, including our eminent speakers, who, despite their busy schedule, they have made it a point to come over to our beloved university and grace this occasion. To start with, Professor Devika Madali, who needs in fact no introduction, but she has been introduced in a big way. She is the director of InflibNet. And the certificate on behalf of West Bengal State University we are handing over, I heard when it was being read out that we are giving a standing ovation. So may I request all the participants and all the students present over here, please rise and let us really, in reality, extend a standing ovation to Professor Devika Madali for coming over to our behalf university. Thank you. Please sit down. Let me welcome and thank our keynote speaker of today's program, Dr. Nisha Singh, for the Generation Z. In fact, I had the little opportunity to inquire that what does it mean, Generation Z? And I was told that it's meant for the youth. So clearly what I could make out that it is not for me. So on behalf of university, I extend warm welcome to Dr. Nisha Madam for coming over here. All the way she has come from Chandigarh, Punjab, to grace this occasion. My heartfelt thanks to our colleagues and other invited dignitaries and our officials, university officials, and last but not the least, our dearest students. And all are welcome to this celebration of joy on this auspicious occasion. In fact, I am extremely delighted to witness such a diverse group of attendees representing diverse cultures, diverse disciplines, and various fields of study. In fact, the very purpose of this seminar has been to foster discussions and sharing ideas and giving the rarest of the opportunity and chance to our participants, particularly our students, to learn the new perspectives on the future of library and information science. I believe that this seminar holds immense significance, especially for our students as well as teachers, as they play a pivotal role in shaping the future of our society. By participating in this seminar, I am sure all of us will gain invaluable insights relating to the very functioning of library and the new age, new era, with the way technology is being advanced and technology is being applied in all fields, including library. So I'm sure that this seminar will give us and throw us a new light, taking into account the advancement of technology. Along with the advancement of technology, I have one small apprehension also. And let me share it. I am talking about artificial intelligence. The way in today's world, artificial intelligence is becoming a reality. As far as library and information science, this subject is concerned, we have to be very careful, very meticulous, and we need to take into account that we should not be biased, we should not be influenced by the way artificial intelligence technology is increasingly becoming more and more viable across the world. There is a dilemma already expressed in this seminar that because of technology, perhaps the readers are losing interest in reading books. But let me tell you, all of us have witnessed very recently concluded Kolkata Book Fair. And we have seen lakhs of people, how they are flocking together to the Kolkata International Book Fair. And It is very interesting to see that crores of rupees, which has broken record in the Kolkata Book Fair. So, this is according to me a myth that our students, our young generations are losing interest in reading books. I think that interest is there and it will continue to be there despite the fact that technology is taking over everything. I should not take much time because eminent speakers and our dignitaries are here to grace this occasion. And on this important occasion, I urge all the participants to actively engage in the seminar, attend all the sessions, and participate in the discussions so that a meaningful outcome can be achieved out of this one-day national seminar. My heartfelt thanks also go to the organizing committee from the Department of Library and Information Science, led by none other than Dr. Shushanto Banerjee. So please give a big hand that such a wonderful event under his leadership is being organized, and I am sure that this seminar would bring a meaningful end by way of generating new ideas, new knowledge, and new outcomes in the field so that our students, particularly the researchers, can benefit out of this new development in the field. So let me thank one and all once again, particularly our respected invited dignitaries, as well as I welcome and thank all the faculties of West Bengal State University, all the officials, all the staff members, as well as our students and research scholars. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and constant support and cooperation. And now I would like to request Dr. Shushanto Banerjee, the director of the seminar, for his deliberation. Sir.
Students, how is the Josh? Hi, sir. That's great. This seminar, actually we wanted to see the young faces. One of our Vice Chancellor said that it is not for him. Yeah, it is of course for you, sir, but we actually wanted to see what our young generation wants from we librarians. So that was the idea behind doing this seminar. I'm happy that today on the dais, I have with us my classmate, Devika, who is now Professor Devika and Director Devika, but she is my classmate. Proud of you. Please give her a good hand. Another lady, the speaker, Niza. She was my first intern in British Council. When I joined British Council in 2000, she was the first intern whom I appointed to work in the British Council. And she is there with us. Niza is all over India now. I saw Niza having a meeting with our Prime Minister. She was representing the intellectual group of Punjabi community to the Prime Minister. So her level is in that high. She was my intern. She is my intern still. That way it is. Most read, a learned person, and very handsome. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor. He is there. Professor Mukut Chakraborty, IQAC director. And I always say, my money lady, our finance officer, give her a big hand. Shubha madam, engineer sir, যখনই ইঞ্জিনিয়ার স্যারকে ফোন করি প্রথমে একটু বকাঝকা করে নেন উনি, কিন্তু তারপরে কাজটা করে দেন। Because I wanted people to do some rehearsal here on Sunday. He said, no, Sunday, no, they will not come. They are professional like you. But I saw Sunday people were there. So give him a big hand. He is our engineer sir. That's what we are. We are a family in this university. Thank you students for coming such a big way. I see Orunda, I see Professor Das, Subarno Das, I see all our professors, I see Abhijit Da, our general, he became our general manager. See, I mean from library field, he was the general manager of a centrally managed company. So he is there. I do not know. I will be thanking you all. I see Monali. A lot of other people, DRTCers, a large number of DRTC people are there here today. So it is something like a reunion also for all of us. With these few words, I do not want to extend of my talk. Important thing is, ladies and gents, washroom is this side. So this is one information for you, which is important, of course. And we have arranged working lunch, so that you don't go and keep on chatting over there for 2 hours. We have to continue our program. So after Devika's presentation, I think we have a lunch break. So have lunch and then please come back. Don't go somewhere else, because we have a surprise for all of you. Sringini, whom I could find when I was visiting a college of ours. It is Govardhana Hindu College, and the teacher is also there. Sringini will be singing for all of you. Marvelous singer. All folk songs and Bhatiyali, Kirtan, this type of song. She was here yesterday in rehearsal also, people were almost dancing. So she will be here to entertain all of us at the end of our technical sessions. Thank you all presenters of the paper. And let me share the secret of the funding of this program. I have to. People are asking me, "Kahan se paisa aa raha hai, bhai?" Paisa kahin se nahi aa raha hai. No government agency has been given money. Even from university also we have not taken money. It is the lovers of books and libraries. They have given us money. So who said that there is no reader for libraries? Lot of money, lot of food, and employment has been given by the book lovers and library lovers to us. So thank you all. I will be officially thanking you at the end of the event. With these few words, over to Devika. I know Devika has to rush and she is seeing her, watch. So please, thank you.
Let me just announce your name. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Banerjee, for letting us know the background of organizing this seminar. Now we have reached the session for which we were eagerly waiting for. Let us now welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Devika P. Madali, who is presently the director of InfluNet Center, UGC IUSC Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And she's so enthusiastic. She's standing just behind me without waiting, running. She is actually she is worried about the short of time, I think so. Please, now the stage is yours.
Very good afternoon, all of you. Respected Professor Kothari ji, Dr. Nisha ji, the dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, my dear dietitians who have come all the way here, and moreover the dear students and researchers of this university, and all the professionals who have come. Very warm greetings from myself and from InfluNet to all of you. It's indeed a great pleasure to be amongst you, and also in this beautiful campus. I Sushanto just gave me a small round of the campus. It's a wonderful campus you have here. There is peace, I can see, and there is a conducive, natural element, environment for learning here. I can see that. Yeah. So, I did prepare PPT thinking it was a keynote address, but we are like short of time, and I don't really need to bore you with some kind of an academic PPT. So yesterday also I said at some event these words, PPT से नहीं, दिल से बात करूँगी. So the two things I want to cover, since this is all about Gen Z, and then Sushanto really said that his objective is to understand what is this connect or disconnect we have with the Gen Z and libraries of today. Do we have a connect or do we have a disconnect? That's what we want to see, whether libraries are any more relevant or they will be relevant in this kind of a changing atmosphere, and that is very, very fast changing. So more than, I'm sure with all the technological advances that are happening, we must realize that at least my generation, we are very, very privileged to have seen everything from no TV to black and white TV to color TV to having only Doordarshan on the TV and all that is happening on OTT today. We've been part of this journey, and it is, there were hardships for us. I mean, I'm only giving TV as an example, but everything else was also like that. As we were growing, it was growing with us. And practically this country was growing with us. And luckily for you, Gen Z today, you're born into something that has transitioned. Okay, and we were part of that transition. People of my age, already I feel like a dinosaur, but anyhow, that was what it was. So we have transitioned through those ages, and we have somehow remained relevant in the age of change. And so also should the libraries do it. But it's tall order. It's not so easy, because maybe in some industry, say a watch industry or something, they say that the watches are now no longer that TikTok watch. We have to be doing much more than a watch does, and you have to even take a cardiogram on a watch or something like that. So they realize that they go for some kind of a specification, they go back to the design board, and they start developing a watch which should suit today's world. Good, that's how the industry works. But do libraries work like that? No. One fine day morning, Sushanto will be sitting in his chair, come back to his work, and then there is one Gen Z user of the library says, I want this now. Okay? And then Sushanto says, yeah, we'll place order for it. I'll go through the library committee. It will get approved. Oh yeah. Okay. Then that user will never again come back to Sushanto and say, I want this. So it's not going to happen like our normal industry. This is a place where we are more client facing than any other organization in the world. And that itself is a huge challenge. Okay? And not only this, again taking the analogy of the watch industry, once they get it right, that kind of specification, you can see the Apple Watch or whatever that is. I never use Apple products, but anyhow, for the Gen Z, Apple is everything. And if there is an Apple Watch out there, and if one of them buys, 1 million can buy it. It can be repeated 1 million times across the world. So Apple had to go to work once, and then they can start selling it. In the library, when Sushanto is sitting there, and a Gen Z comes and asks for something, some solution, some information solution, and say that he provides that to that student at that period of time, that she or he is never going to need that product ever again. Only once we have to produce an information service, in particular to one person, okay? And that person, once they are satisfied with that information for that work they are not going to come back and ask the same thing again at all. Okay? They are satisfied, they go away, they do their work. Next time they come to Sushanto, it is for something else. So that is what is the novelty and the uniqueness of information services. We can't churn out information service in millions once we have one design. That is what keeps the library fraternity on their toes all the time. So these are challenges, but also these are the things that keep us going in this very, very interesting field of library information science. On a lighter note, I always say that when we are small children and we are running around the house or our relatives, usually our relatives will call us and they say, "Bada ban ke kya banoge?" Okay, this is a very favorite question, right? What do you intend to become after you are grown up? Did any of you in this room say, "Bada hoke librarian banunga"? Not even one of us say that "Bada hoke I'll become librarian." Not even one of us, including our father, founder of the LIS department. LIS as a science he established. Even he didn't say ki "Bada hoke I'll become librarian." He was a mathematician. Okay. So the point I'm trying to say is, destiny brings us to library science. It's destiny which brings us to library science. Nobody comes here by design. And then we can, just by being a practicing librarian, by being a practicing scientist of this field, we can simply see what a kind of a wonderful and a vast field by their destiny has brought us into. People today talk about multidisciplinarity and interdisciplinarity. Library science, by its DNA, is multidisciplinary. And that's why we have such a kind of diversity and richness in this science. And that is what we need to lend to this Gen Z, which many of you are not library science students, but those who are library science students must realize that destiny has brought you into a wonderful field of service and of science. This is what I like to say as my message at this seminar, and wish it all the best. Now, speaking with my hat as the director in FlipNet, InflipNet has got a wide array of products and services for education and higher education of the country. It is an inter-university center established under the UGC itself. We are located in Gandhinagar, but our services are online for the use of higher education in the country. I can give a few examples. Our major one is our project called the Shodha Ganga. Shodha Ganga is India's biggest ETD, the Electronic Thesis and Dissertation Repository. And we invite every university and institution which are offering and awarding PhDs to be part of this, where your scholars can submit their thesis. It will be curated and stored with us for online references, and also your faculty and others interacted with me today. Like also in other universities, some apprehensions about IPR and how they protect their work. Yes, we have a workflow for that also. We can implement a kind of an embargo if you want to that thesis to be under embargo period till you do your publications. So that's one service. The other one is the Shodha Chakra, which helps the researcher in their entire journey of research, right from the conceptualization of the research, writing the thesis, synopsis, giving them the required resources, giving them writing tools, giving them anti-plagiarism detection software, everything. This Shodha Chakra takes care of it. So it was called, I only joined InflipNet in December, mid-December. And before that it was called Shodha Chakra. And after I joined, we have started the project of Shodha Chakra 2.0, which Shodha Chakra prided itself that we are helping the research scholars from A to A, from admission to award. That's what we wanted to do. But there was a missing link in Shodha Chakra. I saw that we didn't have a module to help the universities in the administration of the thesis evaluation process. So there's a lot of things that happens once the student submits till she or he is being awarded. So we are taking care of that by the Shodha Chakra 2.0. Then we have the INDICAT, which is a union catalog of all the universities and university affiliated colleges. You can search for resources in INCAT. You can, you first of all, contribute to it from your library to enrich it. Then we have a service, eShoda Sindhu, which is a nationwide consortium for centrally negotiating and providing access to journals and databases. The country today is in transition from eShoda Sindhu, which is a national consortium for universities, whether state and central universities, to being ONOS, which is our Prime Minister's pet project, One Nation, One Subscription. And this has been in design for 2 years now, and at the present the discussions are on at a very significant level, and we are hoping in a few months through 2024 we will be able to finalize the deals with the various publishers, and then we can give access to journals on the ONOS platform by early 2025. So that is in the pipeline right now, and these are some of the services that I can talk about. So once eShoda Sindhu is implemented, we also have the InFed, our service where we give remote access to the researchers and faculties sitting in various universities of India. So there are significant services and products in InflibNet. Myself and my team are available. We are at your disposal for any questions you might have, how you will participate in this. And the very special one, we have just now celebrated the International Women's Day, and I happen to be a woman and at the helm of affairs at InflibNet. So I thought one of the first offerings of InflibNet after I took over must be a platform for collaboration for women scientists and faculties in this country. So we have proudly offered the Sherni platform from InflibNet for you Shernis who are here. Okay. So please enroll yourself. Please encourage all the Shernis of India to be a Sherni on this platform. Only then it is really useful for the country. With these few words, I would like to thank you very much again for the opportunity, especially Professor Kothari for giving me this opportunity, and my dear classmate Sushanto Banerjee. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Madali, for her encouraging words. Sir, Madam, we are really impressed, honored for your valuable presence. And we hope that in future course of time, we will receive your valuable direction, guidance. Thank you, madam. And now it is the time for initiation of technical session 1. We will take just 2 to 3 minutes for initiation of this technical 1 session.
গাড়িটা একটু রাখলাম এখানেই বলি এখানেই আচ্ছা হয়ে গেছে আমি লাগলো পরে
Now I would like to request Dr. Joydeep Chando, General Secretary, Bengal Library Association and Librarian Gurudas College, Kolkata. Please come to the dais. I would like to request Dr. Sanjukta Rai, Librarian, Dinobandhu Mahavidyalaya, Bonka. Madam.
নিয়ে বলছো
আমরা প্রথম টেকনিক্যাল সেশন শুরু করতে চলেছি। প্রথম টেকনিক্যাল সেশন শেষ হওয়ার পর আমরা মধ্যাহ্ন ভোজনের বিরতিতে যাব।
এখান থেকে শাড়িটা স্যার আমি দেখি একটু সাইড সাইড দাও
ডক্টর সংযুক্তা রায়, অনুগ্রহ করে আপনি মঞ্চে আসবেন। দীনবন্ধু মহাবিদ্যালয়ের গ্রন্থ।
আসতে পারো।
হ্যাঁ ঈশিতা ঈশিতা ওইখানটায় চলে গেছে দেখ তো আমার
এই ছবিগুলো পাওয়া যায়
I request to all of the audience, please take your seats. আমরা ফার্স্ট টেকনিক্যাল সেশন শুরু করতে চলেছি। যারা একটু ইতস্তত বিক্ষিপ্ত ভাবে আছেন, অনুগ্রহ করে আসন গ্রহণ করুন। Before initiation of the first technical session, first, on behalf of the organizers, we would like to felicitate today's chairperson of this technical session, Dr. Joydeep Chando. Dr. Chando is the General Secretary, Bengal Library Association and librarian, Gurudas College, Kolkata. I request Pooja Prasad, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, and Shukriya Banerjee, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, to kindly felicitate Dr. Chando. Please give him a big hand. Thank you, sir. Now, on behalf of the organizer, we would like to felicitate the co-chairperson of this technical session, Dr. Sanjukta Rai. Dr. Rai is the librarian, Dinobandhu Mahavidyalaya, Bonga. I request Jolly Mondol, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, and Riya Kormokar, Student, Department of Library and Information Science, to kindly felicitate Dr. Sanjukta Rai. Thank you, madam, for your valuable presence. Thank you. Now it is time for the paper presentation, ranging from oral to PowerPoint presentation, open to the chair and co-chair. Over to the chair and co-chair. This session is now going on. Thank you, sir.
থ্যাংক ইউ। আমাদের কাছে যে শিডিউলটা দেওয়া হয়েছে
তাতে এই সেশনে মোট 10 জন পেপার প্রেজেন্টেশন লিস্ট রয়েছে, 8 জন করবেন। তা আমি ওয়ান আফটার অ্যানাদারকে ডেকে দিচ্ছি এখানে। অভিষেক নন্দী এসছেন? ডায়াসে উঠে আসুন। দেবলীনা ঘোষ আসুন। গোপাল দাস, গোপাল দাস বলবি না? Then Irfan Mollik. Irfan? Hi. Please take your seat. এই তিনজনের হয়ে গেলে রেডি থাকবেন কাজিনুর রহমান আলী। এসছেন? কাজিনুর রহমান আলী?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওকে। দেন কাতিকা পট্টনায়ক। ওকে। দেন কিশোর দে। কিশোর দে and মাধবরানী বিজুলি, সুকৃষ্ণ মণ্ডল। এত এসছে? ওকে ওকে ঠিক আছে। কিশোর দে রেসপন্স করলো না। সো লেট আস স্টার্ট। প্রত্যেকের 5 থেকে 6 মিনিটস করে টাইম। প্রত্যেককে রিকোয়েস্ট করা হচ্ছে যে নিজের একটা শর্ট ইন্ট্রোডাকশন দিয়ে আপনারা বাংলায় বলতে পারেন, ইংরেজিতে বলতে পারেন, যেটাতে খুশি। এবং পেপারগুলো পুরোপুরি রিড করবেন না, স্যালিয়েন্ট ফিচার্সের মধ্যে আপনাদের বক্তব্য পেশ করবেন। ওকে, সো অভিষেক নন্দী, প্লিজ কাম হিয়ার।
Good afternoon, all my respected teachers and chairpersons and beloved research scholar and students. I am Abhishek Nandi, research scholar, Department of Library and Information Science, Bardhaman University. I am here to present entitled application of total quality management in this university library system in this digital era. This paper emphasizes the need and importance of quality library services for the user of higher learning institution in this digital era. The paper also discusses the application of total quality management in the university library systems. This paper also points the TQM approach in university library system is highly needed to attract the user community and to satisfy the information need in this digital era. The total quality management can be described as a participative management approach of long process to perform organizational activities so as to achieve user satisfaction. The objective of this study can be followed as to make a fruitful outline of the TQM approach in academic library management, to justify the need and importance of the TQM approach in university library in this digital era, to find out the TQM policies and practices that would be conducive for the university library system, to identify the quality assurance program needful for quality university library services, and to present the effect of TQM policy toward achieving an effective university library systems. The TQM strategy and policies here, the library employee development, library authority support, library process involvement, use of modern technology in library services, quality improvement initiatives, library user focus, and cleanliness in library premises. The suggestion and implementation of TQM in university libraries can be follows as define the objective to be achieved by university library, allocating the duties and responsibility among the right staff, upgradation of university library technical activities, regulatory participation through quality circle program so as to avoid the mistakes and to improve the same, maintaining communication through top to downward and down upward modes, keeping all activities and maintaining separate records. The conclusion of the study is, in this present digital era, university library must have to implement TQM approach for better university library management. University libraries for the community only and their need are to be properly identified and fulfilled with due care, and their expectations are to be met continuously. Then the process of TQM will bring a new work culture, and this change within the university library will surely render efficient and effective library services that will greatly help higher learning processes. Therefore, the application of TQM in university library system will both invite greater perception of the library workforce and achieve the goal and objective of the university library in this digital era. Thank you.
Thank you for concluding within the stipulated time period. I think there is an event to the speaker.
একটা ছোট্ট ঘোষণা, যাদের রেজিস্ট্রেশন হয়ে গিয়েছে অথচ কিটসটা আপনারা কালেক্ট করেননি, অনুগ্রহ করে লাইব্রেরিতে গিয়ে একটু নিয়ে নেবেন। ধন্যবাদ স্যার, প্লিজ।
Next speaker, Devolina Ghosh. Please come.
Good afternoon, one and all present over here. I am Devolina Ghosh, presently working as a librarian in a school. Pursued my MLISC from Netaji Subhash Open University. I am going to present. My topic was reading habit of students of India in today's seminar. Reading has been a traditional method of acquiring knowledge since ancient times, but it was not popular due to the difficulty in creating and preserving handwritten manuscripts. After World War II, the printing industry revolutionized the process, making it easier for people to create and make copies of documents. This revolution greatly impacted students' reading habit. Reading can enhance imagination, add new visions, and broaden learning capacity. However, with the rise of digital technology and social interaction, reading has faced challenges. Young people are increasingly interested in social networking, gaming, music. For that reason, reading habit leading to a decline in the reading habits is declining day by day. The reading habits of students are changing due to the rise of audiovisual substitutes of books, which make books more accessible but decrease the attachment to the book. The age of the student is also a factor in changing reading habit and interest in a subject. While middle school children prefer fantasy, science fiction, comics, and eternal classics books for reading, at the same time, high school students prefer detective novels, biographical books, and recent sports events as their reading subject. Reading habits are essential for self-education, and there is no bound or limitation to them. As a student adapt to digital platform and alternative entertainment platform, they will continue to develop their reading habit and expand their learning capacity. to conduct the study, survey method with the use of located in Barakpur subdivision region of 24 Parganas north of West Bengal. The study reveals that students read textbook as a normal habit, keeping them informed and versatile in knowledge. Parents, teachers, and libraries must encourage reading and students, especially new generations. With the increasing influence of social media and gaming sites, library must adapt to the changing landscape by providing digital substitute of hard copy of books. To find out how the reading habit is changing with the advancement and modernization of technology was the goal of the study. The outcome and the recommendation of the study are illustrated in the paper. Thank you once again.
আসলে মনে হয় যখন আপনি বললেন এতগুলো কথা, আউটকামটাও মনে হয় বললে ভালো হতো, কারণ সেটা আপনি বলেছেন পেপারে লেখা আছে। কারণ অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা আউটকামের জন্যই এসেছি। ওকে, আমাদের যেটা অভিজ্ঞতা সেটা হলো যে আগেকার দিনে রিডিং হ্যাবিট যেগুলো ছিল, মোটামুটি লাইব্রেরিতে এলে লাইব্রেরির বইপত্রগুলি তারা পড়াশোনা করতেন, কিন্তু এখন কিন্তু ছেলেমেয়েরা আসে অনেক ক্ষেত্রেই পার্সোনাল বই পড়াশোনা করার জন্য। সেগুলোর ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের তো একটা ট্যাবু রয়েছে যে আমরা হয়তো পার্সোনাল বইপত্র পড়তে দিই না, কিন্তু সেগুলো যদি আমরা এখন এটা না সরাই তাহলে কিন্তু খুব মুশকিল আমাদের পক্ষে। তাহলে কিন্তু লাইব্রেরিতে রিডারের সংখ্যা কমে যাচ্ছে আস্তে আস্তে। যাই হোক, নিশ্চয়ই ওনার আউটকামে পেপারটা পড়লে হয়তো বোঝা যাবে যে মানে কি কি উনি পেয়েছেন এখান থেকে। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ নিজের একটা নির্দিষ্ট টাইমের মধ্যে শেষ করার জন্য। নাও এ মেমেন্টো। নেক্সট ইরফান ভাই।
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Irfan Malik, student of MLIS Digital, Jadavpur University. Today, the topic of my presentation is Generation Z in India and abroad. In this presentation, we will explore the evolving relationship between libraries and Generation Z, that often we call Gen Z, those born between mid-1990s and mid-2010s. We will highlight the challenges and opportunities libraries face in catering to this digitally fluent and socially conscious generation. My research questions were: how do the digital fluency and information consumption habits of Generation Z differ between India and other countries, and what implications do these differences have for libraries and librarianship? What are the specific challenges and opportunities faced by libraries in catering to the needs and preferences of Generation Z, both globally and in the Indian context? How do cultural and socio-economic factors influence the information-seeking behavior and library usage patterns of Generation Z in India, and how can libraries effectively address these factors to better serve this demographic, and so on. So I will continue. Who are Generation Z? Gen Z has grown up surrounded by technology. They are comfortably using the internet, social media, and other online tools. This digital fluency shapes the way they find information. They often turn to online sources to answer questions and learn new things. Next. The world is not homogeneous when it comes to internet access. While Gen Z is in many countries enjoys high levels of internet penetration and smartphone usage, there are regions with limited internet access also. The digital divide can impact how Gen Z interacts with libraries. In places like rural India, physical libraries may still be crucial resources for information access. Culture also plays a role in how Gen Z seeks information. For example, Indian Gen Z users might be more likely to use local news sources and prefer information in their native language. Libraries need to be aware of these cultural differences and tailor their collections and services accordingly. To stay relevant, libraries need to adapt their services and collections to resonate with Gen Z. This means offering digital resources that Gen Z is comfortable using, such as ebooks and online databases. Libraries can also create engaging online content and programs that cater to Gen Z's preference for visual learning styles and online communication. For instance, libraries can offer webinars, online tutorials, and podcasts also. They can also develop video content and online chat forums to foster communication and engagement with Gen Z. The digital divide can be a barrier to information access. Libraries can play a crucial role in bridging this gap by offering workshops and programs that equip Gen Z with the digital literacy skills they need. These workshops can workshops can teach Gen Z how to evaluate information online, think critically about what they read, and find reliable sources. By providing access to technology and the internet, libraries can also help bridging the digital divide. In today's digital world, it is easy to be exposed to misinformation. Libraries can help Gen Z combat misinformation by curating reliable online resources and promoting digital literacy skills. By teaching Gen Z how to evaluate information online, identify bias, and fact-check information, libraries can empower them to be critical consumers of information. Partnering with educators to integrate information literacy skills into school curriculums can further amplify these efforts. Collaboration is key. Libraries can partner with educational institutions such as schools and universities to develop programs that address digital literacy and information access for Gen Z. These partnerships can leverage the expertise of both institutions to create comprehensive learning experiences. Community organizations can also be valuable partners in outreaching efforts and program developments. By collaborating with community organizations, libraries can ensure their services are tailored to the specific needs of their communities. The paper recognizes the need for tailored strategies in regions like India. Libraries can leverage cultural insights to understand how Indian Gen Z consumes information. This includes recognizing their preferences for local news sources and information in their native languages. By adapting outreach efforts to utilize social media platforms popular with Indian Gen Z and offering resources in their preferred languages, libraries can be better connect with this demographic. Key findings. This paper highlights several key findings about Gen Z and libraries. Gen Z is characterized by their digital fluency and preference for online information access. However, digital divide means that physical libraries remain important in some regions. Cultural factors also influence information consumption habits. To stay relevant, libraries need to adapt by offering user-friendly digital resources and engage in online content. Additionally, libraries play a crucial role in bridging the digital divide and combating misinformation. Collaboration with educational institutions and community organizations is key to achieving these goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Irfan. It's a good presentation. Okay. Hello, now, felicitation.
Good morning and good evening once again. So our next presenter is Irfan Malik. No, he just presented the paper, sorry. Kazinur Rahman Ali and Shomnath Raha, presenters. Please come up on the stage and have your presentation.
A very good morning to all the delegates on the dais and off the dais, and all the people who are gathered here. My name is Kazi Nur Rahman Ali, and we choose a topic that is exploring student perceptions, utilization and quality evaluation of library services, accessibility and facilities among the Gen Z students of Jadavpur University. All the presenters and all the delegates have discussed about the Generation Z or Gen Z. I will not dig deep into it. I can say only one line that Generation Z means all the persons who are here, and it means basically we. We are Gen Z. Our main focus was to determine the quality of the library services, but we should know why it is important for our library. If we do not know how our library is providing services or catering the information needs of the patrons, we can't improve. The library can't improve. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. Here we can see that these are the main objectives of our survey: to determine the purpose of visits to the library of the patrons of Jadavpur University, to quantify the frequency of library visits among the Generation Z patrons, to assess the level of satisfaction regarding various library services, and last but not the least, to identify areas for improvement for the library. Next slide, please. We used both qualitative and quantitative methods, and the total sample size was 146. And we used the purposing sampling techniques, and mainly the students of UG and PG of various faculties were targeted. Next slide, please. Here we can see this is a pie chart of the duration of the library patrons devoting their times to library. Here we can see that 22% users said that they visit the library several times per week. 27% said that they visit the library once in a week. 15% said once in a month. 19% several times per month, and 17% did not use the library in few months. Next slide, please. And as our objective is to determine the purpose of their visit, we find that 40% of the users visit the library only to borrow and return the books. 12% visit the library to read their subjective books, 7% to read newspaper, and only 3% people to read the journals or periodicals. Next slide, please. And here we can see that the overall library satisfaction level, we try to measure this, and here we find that 47.26% or patrons are very satisfied, but 41.78% are fairly satisfied, and 4.79 patrons are they did not vote they did not decided whether they are satisfied or not. 4.10% patrons are fairly dissatisfied, and 2.05% people are very dissatisfied. Next slide, please. We all know that Jadavpur University Library it has a huge collection, and we try to measure this that 45% patrons are very satisfied, 43% persons are fairly satisfied, 7% are same they did not give their vote, 2% are fairly dissatisfied, and 3% are very dissatisfied with the overall library collection of the Jadavpur University. Next. If now come to the findings, we find that duration individuals or patrons devote to utilizing library assets, purpose of library visits, and the majority of users visit the library once a week. A minor portion has not used the library in few months. Borrowing and returning books are the primary purpose of their visit. A significant portion of users are very satisfied or fairly satisfied. Most of the patrons are dissatisfied while visiting the library for internet service, and most of the persons or patrons who are visiting their library and using opaque service are dissatisfied. Majority of the users express their satisfaction with overall library services, but there are few areas for overall improvement. Next slide, please. Next slide. Now come to the suggestion. A huge need of orientation program among the students. I'm not saying the word patrons. Among the students of Jadavpur University is must needed. The students did not know how to use the library, how to use the OPAC, how to use the web OPAC, how to get reference service from the library. There are huge areas for development, for improvement in the library of Jadavpur University. Reprography or photography services should get more concentration. And there are many other areas. We all know that the main aim of the library is to provide services to its users. But after this survey, we find that the library fails to cater all kind of services. I will not say that informational needs, or the library fails to cater all kind of services of the patrons. Next slide, please. These are the references we have used. In conclusion, I can say that with Generation Z being inherently digital natives, characterized by the technical proficiency and a global outlook shaped by internet and social media, understanding their interaction with traditional library and its resources becomes crucial. Additionally, the mixed satisfaction levels across various services and facilities suggest the importance of continuous assessment and adaptation to align with evolving user expectations. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
আমার একটু জিজ্ঞাসা আছে তোমার কাছে, তোমার স্যাম্পল সাইজ কত ছিল? যাদবপুরে যতদূর জানি যে প্রত্যেক বছর 10,000 স্টুডেন্ট ভর্তি হয়। আমার মনে হয় স্যাম্পল সাইজটা একটু বেশি হলে ভালো হতো, এক নম্বর। আরেকটা সাজেশন হচ্ছে, তুমি যেটা লাস্টে বিবলিওগ্রাফি দেখালে, এখানে কিন্তু যাদবপুর ইউনিভার্সিটির নো ইওর লাইব্রেরি রয়েছে, আরো একাধিক ডকুমেন্ট কিন্তু রয়েছে। তুমি যাদবপুর ইউনিভার্সিটি নিয়ে স্টাডি করছো, আমার ধারণা যে সেখানে আমি একটাও দেখলাম না যে সেখানে যাদবপুর ইউনিভার্সিটির কোনো ডকুমেন্ট রয়েছে যেখান থেকে তুমি তোমার যে মানে স্টাডিগুলো করেছো সেখানে মানে কোনো উল্লেখ রয়েছে। ভবিষ্যতে যখন করবে নিশ্চয়ই সেটাকে ইনক্লুড করবে। হ্যাঁ, বলো।
As I said, our sample size was 146, and due to this short time period, we tried to get the responses from the students, but we could not get due to the short span of time. We only get of total 146 respondents. And sir, we have used the Know Your Library of Jadavpur University, but actually we prepared this PPT in a very short time, so there is a mistake, sir. Sorry, sir.
You have made excellent paper. Very good. Just one thing. There, you are not able to satisfy every user of your life. Now, what in your guidance, what are actions initiated that these particular things or know from the who is very much dissatisfied? Some of the people are feeling why they are dissatisfied. Can you take in that particular step? If you are not taken, it is better to take, because that gives you that where we are left, right? Otherwise, your paper is excellent. You have done a very good job, but those things also you try to just give some emphasis. That why see those who are very satisfied, leave it there. Okay. You take the some, I think 4% or 5% students are not satisfied. You take it, ask them why they are not satisfied. There may be some reason. So that will give you real findings of the student.
Thank you, sir. We'll do it, sir. Sure.
Now the next presenter is Kathika Patinayak.
Good afternoon, respected chairperson, co-chairperson, and respected delegates and all presents here. So I am privileged and honored to be present my research topic on this platform. And this is a multidisciplinary platform. So this is from the nursing field. I am presenting on my research topic, that is the assessment of myself, that Kathika Patinayak, the PhD scholar from the LNCT University and presently working as a professor, College and School of Nursing, R.N. Tagore Hospital, which is known as the Devi Sethi Hospital, at AC Heart Foundation. My research topic is the assessment of self-care practices and effectiveness of awareness program on lifestyle modification in terms of knowledge among diabetic patients in a selected rural community, South 24 Parganas, West Bengal. Next slide, please. So, all we know that as a non-communicable disease, diabetes is increasing day by day worldwide. And according to the Diabetes Federation, that estimated around 451 million people worldwide had diabetes mellitus, and this number is expected to rise 693 million by 2045. And purpose of the study was to assess the self-care practices among individuals with diabetes mellitus and change their lifestyle by an awareness program. Next slide, please. Objective of the study was to identify the self-care practices among diabetic patients, to assess the knowledge of diabetic patients before and after the awareness program, and to determine the effectiveness of awareness program on lifestyle modification, and also to find out the association between their lifestyle practices and knowledge with the different selected factors. The variables were that independent variables were awareness program on lifestyle modification, dependent variable were that knowledge of the participant, and the research variable was that self-care practices. So study design, this is a non-experimental one group pretest post-test study design was taken, and 164 participants taken as a sample. Inclusion criteria was the people who were diagnosed as diabetes mellitus and whose age was more than 18 years, people who are willing to participate in this study. Next slide, please. And data was the tool, data collection tool was the tool, that is the interview schedule on the self-care practices. That is, one is the background information regarding their age, sex, what is the family income, education, and their treatment, what treatment they are taking. They are taking the orally or any injectable or subcut injection they are taking. All this was the background information. Then to know their self-care practices, one standardized tool was used, that is the summary of diabetic self-care activities, and that to know their treatment adherence, that is the Moresky medication adherence scales were used, and to assess their knowledge interview schedule or knowledge questionnaire was used. Slide, please. So if we see the result among the sample 164, majority of that 35% was in the age group of the 46 to 55 years, and among the gender, female 64% were female were suffering from the diabetes, and according to the education qualification, that maximum 31% and the 30% were primary education and secondary education. Next slide, please. By education, 59% was homemaker, and regarding the lifestyle modification, they got the information mostly from the doctors. Next slide, please. And sample characteristics of diabetes mellitus, among the samples from the family members, parents were 31% were suffering from diabetes mellitus and 75% siblings were suffering from diabetes mellitus. Duration of disease more than 5 years, 36% people were suffering diabetes mellitus. Next sample. And if we see the diet, self-care practices, how they are taking the diet, that is the 1 to 3 days weekly, they are following the healthful eating plan, like restricting the carbohydrate, taking the fruits, vegetables. So all this, they are 1 to 3 days, 70% people are following. And over the past month, weekly followed the eating plan, only 37%. And weekly ate 5 or more serving of fruits and vegetables, which is a healthy practice. Only 56% people followed 1 to 3 days. And people weekly high-fat diet, that 4 to 7 days, people are taking the high-fat diet, that is the 54%. Next slide, please. And according to the exercise that participated, that 53% people are participated half an hour walking all these things. Next slide, please. So in diabetes care, food care is the one of the important aspect. There every day we have to inspect the food. So only there is 7% only people check their food weekly and wash feed weekly only 87% and weekly feed diet 86%. Next slide, please. According to the treatment adherence, that 86% people forget to take medication. And most importantly, while they are traveling, 91% people are forgetting to take their medicine. And often it is difficult to remember to take all medication. 96% sample told it is difficult to remember. Next slide, please. Yes, concluding. So here is the pre-test post-test knowledge score mean difference was there 4.43 and that teaching program was effective with the t-test value 36.56. Next, there was association with the diet, with the education and monthly income, and with the exercise, that is the age and occupation. There is the association was there. Next slide, please. And there was association with the knowledge that education qualification and comorbidities. Those who are having hypertension or other disease, they are having the association. Next slide, please. So we can conclude in this study, we got that their self-care practices regarding diet and exercise were average but low in food care. And there is poor lifestyle practices and poor adherence to the treatment. That's why their knowledge was, this is due to lack of knowledge. And this awareness program was effective. Thank you.
So our next presenter is, actually presenters are Madhavi Rani Bijuli and Shu Krishna Mandal.
I am Madhavi Rani Bijuli, student of Jadavpur University, MLIS. My topic is navigating the general age, understanding and engaging Gen Z. My previous presenter also told about Gen Z, but this is an overview of the Gen Z's characteristics, their cultural influences, historical context, and perception towards various aspects such as education, career, and technology, social issues, and the role of librarians in their life. Defining generation Gen Z, boundaries can be very difficult. It is challenging, and while much research has been conducted in countries like US, UK, and Canada,
interest in emerging generation and their traits in global. 5 generations are identified in the modern world. They traditionalist, baby boomer, Generation X, Generation Y, and Generation Z. We are the Generation Z. Who are the Generation Z? The person who are born in late or middle 1990s and between the late of middle 1990s and between 2010. They are also known tech savvy, diverse, socially conscious. They are also called Gen Z and Zen Tech online generation. We are all the time in online, in digital mode. And post-millennials, Facebook generation. We are loving live in social media like Facebook, switchers, and always clicking. They are also referred to C generation as connected, computerized, communicating, context-centric, community-oriented, and changing. They are also called R generation because of responsibility generation there. Objective of my study. Objective is explore to distinct characteristics and behavior of the Generation Z in comparison to other generations. The study is to examine the profound influences of technology on Generation Z. The study aims to access Generation Z's perception of traditional instruction such as libraries. Now we can take Generation Z in the time span. In the first generation of the Gen Z is member of when the millennials is gone and the Generation Z is come. Generation Z is first generation to grow up entirely in the digital age. Many members of Generation Z were born in aftermath of the September 11th terrorist attacks in 2001. Coming to age during the Great Recession of 2008, Generation Z witnessed the economic hardship faces by their families and communities. Now we are discussing the characteristics of general characteristics of Generation Z. Gen Z are the more accepting and differences in race, genders, and other acceptance of identify compared to previous generations. They are passionate about making a difference and creating positive changing. Generation Z is changed to be more financial conservative and risk averse. They are more likely to prioritize practical skills, hands-on learning, and real-world experiences over traditional and academic pathway. Generation Z is more open about mental health issues and seeks support and rescues to address them. They prefer genuine, transparent interactions and are unique to call out inherent of performative behavior. Memes play a significant role in Generation Z's communication and humor. Generation Z is politically engaged and vocal about social and political issues. The perspective of libraries for Generation Z. As it is a short span of time to present here, I am telling about 2 or 3 characteristics. The most important thing is Generation Z prefers accessing information online than traditional. This is the difference from the other. Okay, sir. They like learning environment, but in digital aids. Their reading attitudes is material like ebook, audiobook, audiovisual aids. They are portable online resources and helpful in their busy lifestyle. In contradictory part, we can say technologies are taken as integral to Gen Z's daily lives. They are willing to take foreign business trips. Generation Z prioritizes first career advancement. Generation Z faces challenges such as shortened attention span due to constant explore
to digital devices as a desire to instant gratification. Redefining education and workforce dynamics, they prioritize practical skills and interpreter harder. Yet they leverage social media for activism and self-expressing. They dealt with the darker side, navigating issues like cyberbullying and privacy concerns. Thank you.
So there have been 6 papers in the first technical session, and congratulations to all the presenters. Topic well delineated, and presentations were really well, and it's worth appreciating. And most of you presenters, you have presented perceptions of Gen Z and expectations from us, because most of us are digital immigrants and you are digital natives. So it's going to be a challenging situation really. And so congratulations once again. Thank you.
So with this, we end our technical session 1. And thank you so much, the chair and the co-chair, for today's technical session 1. Thank you so much for your well-judged comments and congratulating and wishing them all the best. Hopefully, today's researchers will present and publish their articles in renowned journals. All the best to every one of them. Now it's time to break for the lunch. We will again meet here for technical session 2, and the speech for our second guest speaker is still waiting for us. So now let us break for today's lunch session. Thank you. We could meet here again after 45 minutes. Lunch will be served from second floor examination hall.
হ্যাঁ না না কোনো মুশকিল হচ্ছে না।